It's not even a meeting. He's not even a part of the conversation. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't this formal.
Are you my talking about it?
Hello all and welcome back to Nothing But Footy. Me and the lads back in the studio. Wilbur, you're here. You've snuck in a little chippies there, I see. Keon's just confiscated that. Boys, how are we?
I'm good.
Yep.
Good.
Are we excited? It's less than what? We've got it up there. 3 days until opening round. First, I was going to say bounce of the football, but we don't have that anymore. What are we going to call it when the game kicks off? First sign?
Throw up.
Yeah.
First throw. It just
Nah,
doesn't
still
feel
is
like-
that first
siren.
bounce. First
Yeah.
bounce is still this.
Yeah, I feel like first bounce is
First
kind of the way to
bounce.
go.
First tap.
First tap, don't mind that. I mind that. We'll see how that one goes. As today, we're going to be going through the other 9 teams that we didn't cover off in our last kind of preseason 2026 preview. So if you got missed out on last week, sit back, relax. I'm going to talk about you guys. For anyone else who might be tuning out because of that, then team's not mentioned. On Wednesday, or probably Thursday for the listeners, we'll be going ahead and doing our preview for round 0. So go ahead and tune in then. But first thing, many retires happened since we last discussed.
I think it was just the one.
Oh, May. Oh my God, that was horrible. No, that's fine. Come on.
What do you mean that's fine?
I'm allowed to mispronounce things. Come on. No, keep that down. We'll.
Put the line through it.
Okay.
No, you might have got lucky there. Oh no, Will's stuck with it.
Okay. I think May retires.
Who are the many that retired?
Who were the many that retired?
Well, that's what I thought. I thought there's something that I'd missed, but that makes a lot more sense. Apologies, listeners, for that one. Just might have misread something.
Stephen May has retired.
He has retired quite abruptly.
Yeah,
Um,
after preseason.
Yeah, after pre-season.
He got told he's not getting a game at Melbourne.
Yep.
And
He
then he
got
couldn't
told
get.
that last year.
Yeah,
though.
no one was willing to give him a try, so
That makes sense. And then
didn't seem like a very good clubman.
no, didn't really.
Good career though.
Good career.
Good backman, him and Lever.
Premiership,
brothers.
2 All-Australian selections, or I
Mhm.
think selection committees. I don't know. And then it was like 250 games. So you'll
Mhm.
take that. You'll definitely take that one. And another important thing, almost equal importance, the Telstra ad.
Yeah.
It's revised. It's back. What were they thinking? Are they trying to rage bait us? or
Oh,
just get on
definitely.
the
They're
shit?
fucking trying to annoy us.
One of them's got
It's
Hawthorn
so much
a
worse.
Hawthorn jersey. If anyone's unfamiliar, what basically is happening is they're whistling and they're going down there, throwing their arms about like they did last time. But instead of one person,
It's
there's
now
a group.
animals.
There's
There's a
animals.
ladder.
There's groups. There's everything, and it's quite annoying. I don't think
Have you
it.
seen the one taking the piss of it?
No.
There's an official Telstra ad that takes. There's a guy sitting on the footy
was
oval
that
by
official?
himself.
I
Yeah,
thought that was like a
that's an
sports bet or something.
Official Telstra ad.
Wowza. I don't.
Oh, the NRL fan.
It was at NRL.
Yeah.
I think it was Dogs, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was right. But yeah, not looking forward to that one. There was
no.
a Hawks jersey, and I was thinking, oh, is that a little guinea?
You know how like on
Guinea
Netflix
tribute.
you've got like skip intro?
Yeah.
There should be one that's like mute ad. So like just when that ad comes on, you can just mute that ad.
That'd be a good functionality.
Pretty innovative.
Yeah, it could be quite innovative.
Oh, just make a button that can just mute all ads.
Yeah. Another one close to my heart. Newcomb suspended. I don't think it was horribly unfair. I don't think he had an intent to like drag him down and be damaging, but he did pin the arm. So, I mean, what can you really do there? And then Durham, same kind of thing there. Yeah, just unfortunate stuff. What can you really say about it? I don't know. It's just not what you want to see.
Oh, I can't be doing that in the year 26. Or in the big 26. No, I don't know. Well, yeah, what are you supposed to do about it? I feel like it's set the standard though.
It has set the standard, which I'm okay with. But on the topic of Newcomb, not being able to play, it brings us into the Hawks preview. My boys, and listen, I'll be honest with you guys, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong. I'm scared. I'm scared for one thing in particular, our midfield. It's lacking. And I'll tell you why it's lacking. Will Day, round 14. By then, the season, is it too far? You can come back from there, but it's a lot of hard work. If we get a bad momentum from there, Will Day comes in. Can he really impact us to that extra level?
Still 10 games.
Still 10 games, but is it too far gone? Like, by then 10 final spots now, so who knows? But I feel by then the momentum is against you, and you really need some good, like, Will Day alone can't be the change to break it, in my opinion.
Really missing James Warple now, huh?
Yeah, as I was going to say, James Warple, me and him had our differences last year. But yeah, if he wants to come back, kind of fill a bit of a void that we're having at the moment, that would be fantastic. And then, obviously, as we've just discussed, no Jai for round 1. So GWS, I'd like to say, basically, free win there. Like our midfield. Their midfield's depleted.
Their midfield sucks as well.
Their midfield's depleted, but so is ours.
It's going to be the battle of the small forwards in the midfield.
It really
You
is.
have Connor McDonald, Dylan Moore in there. You have Toby Green,
But
Xavier O'Halloran.
One shining light I feel like in our midfield might be Josh Ward. I think that he's going to have an absolute season. The way he kind of came through the end of the tail end last year, performed really well. Showed a bit of grit. Exactly what we needed. And I'm really hoping that he can be that replacement, because obviously what I was going to say is we're also missing. We were going to get rid of Warple, hopefully get Zach Merritt, but we haven't got Zach Merritt. We've lost Will Day. We've lost Jai. Our midfield's been absolutely gutted. So if Josh Ward can step up, that's something I'm really looking forward to. I want to know your opinions on this, though.
Is he going to step up like Cam McKenzie was supposed to?
I don't know. I'm just hope.
Well, Cam McKenzie's supposed to stand up this year.
Yeah. Not last year.
No. He's a future Brownlow winner.
Yeah, okay.
That's what they say.
Okay.
Didn't want to trade him.
Yeah, no.
He's worth more than Zach Merritt.
Connor McDonald. Lots of talk about him running through the midfield. How do we feel about that? Good move, bad move?
I like it. He looked pretty good.
Yeah.
He was solid.
Had the 22 and a goal.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I just don't know if he's going to be able to be a long-term fix. It would be nice
Normally
if it was.
forwards aren't.
Yeah. It feels like it's just going to be something that we're going to really struggle with throughout the year. And Jai gets injured, Josh Ward gets injured, Connor Nash, he gets injured or suspended. Maybe he goes and knocks out someone like Brian Myers. God, butchered that, sorry. It's going to be very interesting to see. Also, our forward line. What do you guys think about that? Sorry, I feel like I've been rambling on.
I don't know. I think Connor McDonald's like a weird choice to put in the midfield. Like normally when you see a half forward go, it's like a type of explosive, sort of strong forward. I don't think any of those attributes fit Connor McDonald. Like he's a quick player.
He's quick.
I don't see him as bursting through the stoppage type of player. Like I would thought Weddle would have got in there.
Yeah, Weddle before him, 100%. It's just Finn McGuinness.
He like gets a
Moving on.
spot.
I don't know. I wouldn't hate it, but he's probably, I feel like he's built for it better. Like he's a lot bigger body in my opinion.
Yeah.
Depends if they're tagging or not.
Yeah. Another thing, I'm looking forward to Mitch Lewis. It's been a long time. Preseason in, full preseason. What can he do this year? If we keep him healthy, he can get 2 or 3 games under his belt where he maybe kicks. First week he kicks 1 goal. Second week he kicks 2 goals. Fourth week he's kicking 4 goals. What are we able to do there? What are we able to do when that momentum comes back?
He was very impressive in the practice match.
Well, that's what I was going to say. In the practice match, him and Chol did go missing.
Chol was worse than Mitch Lewis just because he let Tim English off the leash. Absolutely. Tim English, what was it, 71 Supercoach points in the third
something
quarter.
like that. 2 goals, 15 odd touches, 10 hit outs, 12 hit outs.
And you watch it, like the centre bounce would happen and Chol would be like, yeah, I'm not following you. I'm better than you. And Tim English would get like 6 touches. He'd be like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Probably should have gone for him there.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm really looking forward to Mitch Lewis. Another one, Kalsha. I feel like Kalsha could be a bit of make or break here. What his contract runs out this year. So we'll see if we extend that. But I'd really like to see him personally lift.
Who was from the weekend? Who was missing from Hawthorn, would you say?
As in wasn't playing.
Yeah.
Kalsha wasn't playing.
Would be missing, yep.
Carl Amon wasn't playing. Mackenzie wasn't playing from memory.
There's a big one that you're missing.
Who? From memory. I couldn't tell you.
Tommy B. Tom Barras.
Oh yeah, he had what was it? Hamstring or something, tightness. Yeah. I mean, I didn't even want to talk about it with the back line because I feel so confident about it. But if he's not there, it's a big piece missing.
Yeah, that's why they struggled.
They did. But, I mean, especially with against Dogs, who are quite forward line present, I felt like we missed out a lot. But if we have Barras back, I feel like we've assigned so much pressure onto Barras that if he's not
Yeah.
there, it takes 2 or 3 games for us to kind of adjust. Like, I feel like if we got a Scrimshaw in there and kind of worked
Did
him.
Hardwick play?
Yes.
Hardwick did play, yeah. I don't know.
Scrimshaw played as well.
No, more because Hardy Jones kicked 3 or something. So I thought
Yeah, he did.
surely Hardwick would have been on him. But
Anyway, I'm
I feel like they shouldn't be having issues without Tom Barras. Because technically they've got an All-Australian defender in Josh Battle there,
yeah.
and James Sicily.
No, I just thought they looked second rate, to be
No,
honest.
like,
they just
I-
didn't. No, I know what you're saying, but it wasn't just their backline.
Mm.
I think their midfield struggled and then their forward line struggled, which then pushed more pressure on their back line. I mean, you're always going to struggle to beat the Bulldogs midfield as well.
It just seemed like they weren't very accountable. Like
No.
At all. Most players just kind of a bit of a piss around. But then again, at the same time, you know, this is classic Bulldogs.
Oh, yeah.
They do this, they make us think they're premiership favourites,
Mhm.
and then they fucking finish 9th.
yeah, but that really wraps up Hawks for me. I'm feeling bottom of the 10, bottom of the 8.
What?
I just don't feel like our midfield I feel is going to be a big problem that we're going to see. And I feel like it comes down to we're just going to get beaten
You dealt
through there.
with it all right last year and still made a prelim.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just being apprehensive. I think I'm just being apprehensive. Don't want to come
You've
out.
got 9 teams finishing higher than you.
Probably not. Probably bottom 6th, 7th.
Bottom 6.
No, not bottom 6.
Oh.
God. I mean, like,
Trying to
to-
say,
You
what?
say
seven.
bottom 6.
But yeah, that's my thoughts. Do you guys have any other real opinions?
Nah, it's always hard to take stuff out from preseason games anyway.
Hawthorn will be just fine.
Yeah.
The next one we're going to go into is a GWS. They've got some new recruits in, bit of a new, structure considering all the injuries they have. They have Tom Green obviously out with the ACL, Finn Callahan out for a bit, Josh Kelly, all kind of names that are going to be missed throughout the first half of the season. But the new hope, Clayton Oliver, Clary, will he be able to lift to that form that we have for 2-3 years now saying, come on, get back up there? Is this new environment, this new place where he's kind of the lone wolf for a bit, is he able to lift? Or is he just going back to old habits, kind of dropping his head?
I watched this game. I thought he actually looked good. It was his disposal efficiency that lacked a bit. But in terms of him getting the ball, he did all right. He also kicked a goal, I believe. He just had a few handballs that just went a bit astray, but he'll work on that, just linking up with his teammates. And I mean, it hurts him being that he would have trained all preseason with Tom Green. He goes out 2 weeks, 3 weeks before the season starts. Callahan will miss as well.
Yep.
Callie's probably the big one for me. We saw what he did against Hawthorn in that final where he came on highest rated quarter by a GWS player ever, kicked 2, had 15 odd, looked unbelievable, and he won't be back till sort of round 18, they reckon. So big miss for them. Going to need Cornelio to stand up as well. My big one, I reckon, Xavier O'Halloran. He's my man.
Thoughts? Agree? Okay. Another thing that's going to be going through is Toby Green running more through the midfield to kind of bring in that spark, that leadership. I think that's a good move by them, but I don't know if will he be able to do that all season long, or do we just think that's kind of a first kind of half of the year thing?
You know, I reckon it's a good move, but then it just makes them more thin down forward, which is just nothing they need. I think he'll be like a very good midfielder. Don't get me wrong, but who is he kicking it to? And that's probably their biggest issue once he goes into midfield. Yeah, to be honest, I reckon they've got bigger issues in their midfield than Hawthorn do, just because Hawthorn have a system around it. The Giants one just got torn apart 3 weeks ago with Tom Green ACL, so missing Callahan as well. It's not even like they're able to, train their game plan, that much. And big pivot foot. Maybe you see Lockie Ash or Lockie Whitfield in there more.
Another thing that they're going to be looking to do more is having the corridor. They're going to work more in the corridor coming through. They already did that, but it's kind of been discussed a bit further, saying that the Tsunami 2.0 or just a more upgraded, consistent flow. Do we feel that that's something that is playing to their strengths that we want to see more of, or should they be focusing somewhere else?
I think the Orange Tsunami 2.0 was the other way around. It was them working on their defense to offense, not their offense. However, I think it's going to struggle quite a bit because of obviously the players that have been injured. They're going to struggle. I honestly think Jabber's going to struggle the first sort of 6 weeks, but then they'll get their flow on. I mean, they've still got Jesse Hogan out there. They've still got Toby Green out there. Clayton Oliver, we know what he can do. And then their backline is still a very good backline. They've got 2 of the best halfbackers in the league. They've got top
Jack
3
Buckley.
defender in the league. They've got Jack Buckley. So,
Himmelberg. Yeah, their backline will be sweet.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Next team on the agenda we have are the D's. New season. They've definitely had some changes, as we said before. Clary out, Petrarca out. Stephen May, he's gone too. Lee, new coach. It's going to be all different, and it's an exciting new place to kind of be because we don't exactly know where they're going to sit. Is it going to be that they're going to bottom out and going to be like an Eagles, a North? Are they going to be able to kind of stay around where they were, which I believe was the 14th to 12th mark last year? Or are they going to be able to maybe get a little bit better? And I'm interested to see what your guys' thoughts are on this one. Are they going to be able to move forward, take a step back, or stay where they are?
For me, I've got them moving forward, to be honest with you. I think I was really impressed with how they played their football against Richmond. Then again, it was against Richmond, so don't take too much into it. But
Not even a full game too.
it didn't need that game was turned off right when it didn't need it for any longer. They showed exactly what they needed to show. Same with Richmond, but Jack Steele looks like one of the best pickups of the year so far.
Keon, how's that sit for you?
oh, it's disappointing, but it's also like,
You're happy for him.
I'm happy for him, and I think it kind of worked in our favor. Like he was struggling for us. We saw last year, whether he was injured, he was sore. He wasn't getting the minutes that he probably was in the past, and it brought some more youth into our midfield. So I guess that helps us, and it gives Melbourne what they need. They need someone in the midfield who's going to hunt, who's going to put pressure on, and yeah.
Yeah, one name that we've been quite interested in throughout the year or leading up to this is Cozzy Pickett. Will, I know you've been quite keen on him. Kiz, you had him for your Brownlow favourite, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
How do we think
Surely that makes him more keen than me.
Well, I was kind of just transitioning.
If he's got the Brownlow favourite.
I was kind of just saying that you're both keen. I was making a generalisation.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think about how he's going to lift? Is it going to be him bringing others up with him? His performance kind of just shying? Like, what's the way that he's going to go about it?
Well, he is their energizer bunny. He's the bloke that gets him up and about. So I think the main thing is if he can have good first quarters, then I can see Melbourne doing a bit of damage to some of the teams. Yeah, I reckon Melbourne can push for that wild card spot.
I agree.
I don't think they're, in terms of as a whole, good enough to play finals. But on a given day, I do think that if everything goes right for them, then yes, they can probably beat one of those top 8 teams. But yeah, I don't see why Cozzy can't have 30 and kick 3. You've got Max Gawn there as well. Jack Steele, we know what he can do. He can have 25 and have 15 tackles and dominate out there. And they've still got Jake Lever. My one's probably more off the half back. Like Trent Rivers will go into the midfield. We know that. So can Christian Salem stand up? Jake Bowie, sort of those players that need to go to that next level.
What did you think of CJ? Because he obviously filled that Judd McVeigh role.
Yeah, he looked all right. Still butchered the ball a little bit.
That's what I thought. I thought he got a shit ton of the pill the pill was around him a lot of the time, and he did some good things with it. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like I just had a bit of an agenda against him because of past experiences. But I actually thought, deep in my heart, I thought he was pretty good. Thought he gave them a bit of a spark in that halfway point in the back 50. It just seemed like we couldn't really get it too far past him.
I think he's one of those things of like the more and more of the ball he'll get, the more confidence he'll gain. He'll start making some better decisions, and along with that, ball use,
And it's
will
like
come with it.
you think about it, and it's like, does he really dispose of the ball that much worse than someone like John Noble or Caleb Daniel? You know what I mean? It's just maybe his 50-50s are bouncing the other way. It's stuff like that.
But yeah, I agree with you where you guys are saying that maybe wild card could be a factor for them. If they hit this the right way with this new cleaned out list with the new additions, it could be very interesting, and I'm keen to see where they go. On to footy wavelengths. Who wants to go first? Who wants to give it a crack?
I'll pick a number for Will first.
Okay, do you want to go ahead and show us what number you want to pick for the team? Will has got his eyes shut ever so intently. Keon looking for the marker, looking around. Will's handing off a marker. Found the marker. Sorry, guys, a bit of technical difficulties here. Keon with the number.
That or that?
I reckon that one is good. Let's go ahead and let the listeners know what number it is.
6.
Beautiful. Wilbur, question number 1. What question would you like to pick? Have a think. It's okay. It's an important question. It sets the tone.
It does set the tone.
It sets the tone for how serious we're going to be about this wavelength thing.
Because he picked it in the first quarter this year.
Exactly right.
Give me a way of kicking a behind
Ooh.
from a set shot.
Oh, yeah, Ken, you're alone here. I couldn't tell you a good way of going about it.
A way of kicking a behind.
Yeah, so like if you were kicking a behind.
So if I miss directly in front, is that a 1 or a 10?
Depends how you feel about it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 1.
Okay,
That's
okay,
as shit as you can get.
Okay. But if I hit the post from 50 on the boundary, it's like a 10.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still missing, but it's the best of a bad bunch. I know.
On the run, I've taken running out of the midfield, center clearance,
Yeah.
out of the midfield, kicker from 50, misses left.
So like Finn Callahan started last year, but
Yeah, or like the
missed.
Clayton Oliver goal in the grand final,
Mm,
but if he missed.
okay.
Well, having a bit of a think of what that might be.
Maybe one more.
Okay, next question, Will. What are we feeling? He's having a good hard think. While Wilbur does this, let everyone make sure to go ahead and get into the footy tips. We'll go ahead and put it in the show notes. Coming up, a lot of people in there. Keon, just remind the listeners what a few of our prizes are.
So you come first. You can have a hoodie or trackies or a t-shirt if you do want. If you come second or third, you can get a t-shirt. And if you get 9 out of 9, you can get a t-shirt as well.
And how fantastic would that be?
Oh,
Imagine
you're
that.
stealing money from us, so not fantastic from our side of things. It would be good
No,
for
no.
you.
Give me an AFL skill.
AFL skill.
So like being
Yeah.
good at marking,
Mhm.
spoiling.
Oh, that's a good question.
Mm.
That is a toughie.
Being able to kick a dribble kick.
Okay.
Or goal.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess that kind of has to be. You're not really.
Yeah, you're not doing it on the field like,
Oh,
I'll
that's
hit
a
you with
tough
the dribble one.
question. Really depends on what you think's a, what you value a good skill or.
Okay.
What do you think with that, Sharky?
I think that one's going to be misleading.
Yeah.
That kind of drops me because most
Maybe.
most kids practice that after training.
Mm.
The chinana, the banana, the dribble. I'm gonna sit still.
Okay,
I've
so
got
he's
that.
won again. Last question,
I'm gonna
Wilbur.
sit still.
Question.
Thinking.
Um.
Oh.
Oh, he's on.
Give me an AFL preseason team's performance.
Oh, topical.
I
Love that from you,
Get
Will.
the fixture
Mm.
up, please.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll grab the fixture.
Give me. Adelaide.
Okay, Will was having a bit of a jot down there.
Thoughts with that?
Yeah, I feel like that's probably where we should be sitting. Yeah, that's definitely where we should be sitting. That's a good
Yeah,
one from you.
yeah.
I feel like you could have went a different way, a different game, but there was definitely one of those two. Wilbur, what are you thinking?
I've gone for a 6.
Oh, fantastically done.
Bang
You've
on.
nailed that.
Yes. I
Did you
was
stay
at
with
an
6?
8
Oh wow.
for both of the other ones.
Oh, and you went down.
I went down 2.
Oh,
on the
okay.
last one.
Interesting.
Well, because you can't be an 8 and 1 and lost.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, I said Adelaide because they lost. In my opinion, I thought they played. I know it was only 16 points, but I thought they played relatively bad. But the only upside they had was they were missing quite a few players.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keon,
I reckon you should come play.
we'll do you guessing.
Oh, I reckon we do a seat swap. You come and sit here.
Not
we'll-
now, not now. We'll get to it later.
Oh, okay.
I'm fine doing that towards the end. We've
Alright.
got a lot of stuff to cover off, so we'll
Alright.
move into the next
Oh,
person.
what, do I get to play?
Oh, you'll get if you want to go now.
Yeah, I go now, and then you can go at the end.
I don't see why not. Let's do that then. Okay. Wilbur, you got to pick a number then.
Oh shit.
So let's have a think of a number.
questions right now.
Yep. Let's have a think of what it could be. While he does that, Keon, once again talking about some of those fantastic prizes you can win.
Yep.
Where can they go ahead and grab those merchandise if they just don't want to join the tipping?
Link in bio on Instagram or at the Nothing But Footy store. Yeah, go grab yourself a hoodie, trackies, t-shirt. Got a few varieties.
Fantastic. Wilbur's given me the number, so we'll go ahead and let the listeners know what that is.
4.
Fantastic. They know what's going on.
I'm
Keon.
gonna take a guess. I reckon he's done 3
Oh, off the rip.
or 4. 3 or 4.
Okay. What's your first question?
Give me a
Okay.
So, how was your weekend, Sharky?
It was fantastic. Went away, enjoyed myself, had a good time. Quite humid on the
a
weekend.
player that changed clubs this year.
As in 2025 was going to change clubs this year.
Like he's about to play for a new club.
Okay.
Connor Butterick.
Oh, see, I know Will. I'm happy. I reckon it's a 3. I like 3 to be honest. Will does not like Connor Butterick at all.
Okay, next question.
Sticking with it, yep. Next question is a AFL ground.
Mm.
You've got your MCGs, you've got your Marvels, your Alice Springs, your Norwood Oval,
I think me and Wilbur are going to have a quick discussion.
your
Yeah, listen, I reckon that's a good one.
Barossa
Or-
Park.
I reckon that might be misinterpreted a little bit, but I reckon it's a safe bet.
Or this one.
Wilbur's multitasking here, writing in discussing, having a bit of a thought what it could be. Got a look. Nah, definitely the first one.
Okay.
Oh, shut him down.
Well, what?
NG Stadium.
NG State.
Cam, what are your thoughts on that?
That's the one where they do the shows.
Yep.
Yeah.
The
okay.
showgrounds.
The showgrounds. That's what I thought. Yep. Okay. Okay. All right. Next question.
Last question.
An AFL coach.
Okay.
Okay, there's a few names that fly to my mind, Will. Nah, none that I could.
Spell.
Yeah,
There's many coaches.
there are many coaches. Okay. So,
Thoughts on how you reckon Port Adelaide went with their new coach, Sharky?
oh well, for anyone wondering, we're getting to that straight after this. We'll discuss all of that. It's going to be very interesting stuff.
All right. Andrew McQualter.
And that's the last question. So Keon's going to go ahead and tell us what he thinks from
Team
those.
shit. But now I'm confused because he coached at Richmond.
So you're thinking a bit of team
Will-
biased.
Well, Will liked him when they signed him. However,
Mm.
he doesn't like Connor. Like he does not like Connor Butterick.
Do they cancel each other out?
And the other one was
NG Stadium.
which NG's a shit stadium as well.
It's a lot. It's a
I'm
head
really
scratcher.
sitting in the 3 or 4 because McWalter. What's he done so far? He's coached. Is his second year or first?
Third.
Third year. Yeah,
Is it third?
I think it is his third.
Yeah, it might be.
I'm going with. No, it must be his second because this
Second,
is
yeah,
Harley's
second.
third year.
Yeah, second. Tripping.
4-3, 4-3. I'm pretty happy. It's 3 or 4. I reckon. There's one of them.
Is it?
I'm gonna go with
The suspense.
3.
It was 4.
It was
Oh.
It's close. Very
yeah.
close. I thought you were going to go up then. I thought you had it.
That's why I said McQualter, because I thought you were at a 3 at the point, so I thought you'd bump it up 1.
I did, but it was honestly it was bloody Connor Butterick.
Yeah, Connor Butterick, if I could rate it as a 0, I could.
Connor Butterick it was like Connor Butterick, and then I was like, well, maybe he's hating on McWalter now.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not a good
Yeah.
coach.
And we have Port Adelaide. New season, new coach. It's going to be very interesting. We've got an expert on the sidelines that's going to go ahead and give us a bit of insight. Let's go ahead and have a listen to them.
Morning, fellas. My name is James. So preseason, this is going to be an interesting one for sure. After more than a decade in the hot seat, Kenny's gone. Josh Carr's the man now. He has a huge task ahead of him. He has a really exciting core group of talent who are across the board generally still quite young. The key now will be determining exactly who he wants to build around. Port has built a lot of versatility into its list, with most players able to slot into multiple positions with negligible drops in output. This is a great lever to pull, genuine weapon when a momentum shift is needed, but it can also be a weakness, as best positions are not necessarily immediately apparent, and team cohesion can take a hit with players regularly being shifted around.
What do we think of that, lads?
Yeah, James, that's a great point you make there. Joshy Carr, he's got a big role this year choosing which players he really does want to build around. Do you pick a Jason Horne-Francis that hasn't been particularly healthy over the last year or so? Obviously, coming into round 1 with a couple of injuries. Do you build up around Zach Butters? Do you give him the keys, even though he might leave in the next couple of years? Coming back to a Victorian side, it's a very interesting point. Do you back in Georgiades? Do you see a couple of big contracts being thrown out there? It's an interesting way that Port goes about it this year, whether or not they feed into the young guys, maybe give players like Will Lorenz a bigger role, someone like Joe Berry and Cochrane and Moraes, or do you back in the older players, back in the vets, back in that mid-season and push for that wild card? It's an interesting point for sure.
No, I agree, and I think that practice match kind of showed us. So Rosie will play a lot more midfield time. not too much of the halfback. That's kind of what Josh Carr's directed. Zach Butters looks elite, coming up for a contract. He'll be what, 2.5 mil easy? Could he push 3? Or not
Yeah,
yet?
I think not yet.
Not yet.
That's why I've said I think Naz is the smartest guy.
Yeah. And Miss Georgiades looked amazing. 1 year left on his contract. Could he go to Tasmania? He's a Tasmanian boy.
Could be.
Oh,
Could be.
Could be
If he
lining it
keeps
up
this
that
form
way.
up, Port
Yeah.
will have to pay him. But if they want to pay Butters, they might not be able to pay him what he's worth.
Oh, I don't think Butters will be there.
I think if they throw enough money at him, he'll stay.
Oh, I just reckon he's pissed off because he's not captain.
But he doesn't strike me as the kind of player to be a captain.
You reckon?
Like, yeah, I think Rosie's a better fit as captain, leadership
Maybe.
wise.
Maybe.
Butters loves to,
Yeah, I do think Butters leads with his impact on the ground. Anyway,
Yeah.
So he probably doesn't need the C to his name.
We're going to go ahead and get another little bit from an expert on how they went in the preseason match last night. Let's go ahead and have a listen to that one.
But a glimpse of what Carr might be building. What stood out was how aggressively Port looked to use the corridor. Players looked inside first, often for several seconds, with the boundary used as a last resort. Aim was to move the ball quickly, directly, break the structure before the opposition could set their defence. It looked like a modern version of surge football, like what we see from Greater Western Sydney, Collingwood.
Thoughts on that one?
Yeah, what can you call it? We've got the, orange tsunami. We've got the
Power
Port-
surge.
The power surge.
power
surge. Okay.
I like that a lot.
I
yeah,
do like that.
I could make that a thing. The power surge. Yeah, no, I definitely. You could definitely see glimpses of it last night. With the surge football just toying around with West Coast, not even giving him a chance to even see where the football is. Moving the ball really well. Another thing I saw, Alia took the pill a lot more to ground last night as well. That was a big thing, I think. Let the boys work on the ground and really kept their pressure. And when they were under pressure, they were happy to just, if they were set up, concede a out of bounds on the full, because it's the same as last touch now.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Wilbur was watching the game last night, and I feel like those thoughts were quite replicated there. We'll go ahead and listen to a few predictions from the experts on what might be on the horizon moving forward. Let's go and have a listen.
Now, this will be an interesting year for Port. A new coach, new game plan, few recent retirements and departures. It does make it rather difficult to get a true read on just where we're at. Playing our only preseason hit out so far, missing basically our first string midfield and last year's leading goal kicker, also does make it hard to properly assess. We were, however, regularly top 4 very recently, and most of the core of the list driving those finishes are still around. They're young, hungry, in some cases, probably better players than they were. So all in all, I think it is quite realistic to think Port will finish in the lower half of the 8. Conservatively, I'm expecting anywhere from 5th to probably 10th. So I'll say 7th as a benchmark figure.
Do we think 7th is out of play? Do we think that's on? I feel like if they get everything right, as I said, 7th could be, doable.
Look, for me, I think 7th is a really good season for them in terms of the competition and just, I don't know, new coach. But he raises a great point that where they've been top 4 for the past, they've been a really good side for a really long time, and they still have a lot of those players. So they could go higher. They could definitely, I could see them finishing only 2 games out of top 4, finishing that 7th mark. For me, I think they're pushing more of a wild card kind of thing. I'm towards a 9th, 10th, maybe 8th. But 7th, I think, if you finish 7th as a Port fan,
You'd be happy.
You'd be pretty happy considering, the expectations that have been given.
It was a good year for the Power Surge if they get to 7th.
For sure.
Next team we're on to is the Cats, obviously in the grand final last year. Didn't go their way, but obviously we were a powerhouse throughout the year. But this year it's going to be a bit different, especially start of the year with no Jeremy Cameron, and no Neil. How do we feel like their forward line stacks up the first few weeks?
Yeah, well, look, their forward line. Oh, I was ready to talk about their midfield. You go.
Shannon Neal injured, is he?
Yeah, well, he came off the practice game limping. Bit of hamstring awareness or something along those lines.
Oh,
maybe.
okay. So
I don't know if
so
he's
he'll play.
100% out.
He'll play.
Yeah, presumably, but he couldn't.
Oh, I mean, we saw Neil can step up. Obviously, you're missing Jezza, so that no way is that going to help you whatsoever. We saw
injured
that it
his
hurt
shin.
him so much. Who?
Neil injured his shin. His return is TBC.
Hate how clubs are doing. Like, AFL needs to crack down on that, by the way.
It's Geelong, though. It's always
No,
been Geelong.
Gold Coast have done it now as well with Matt Rao.
Turner Bruin, the finger,
TBC.
the finger injury.
Tanner Bruin looked elite.
He did look very elite.
Looked
Speaking
very
of Tanner
good.
Bruin.
Took the 12 months off
Yep.
with an
Oh.
injured toe.
Came back with the 27 disposals.
Yeah, he,
Cleared
he,
his name as well, so.
he had a great game. Adding Warple to that mix as well is really good. I'm sure Hawthorn's not missing them at all and definitely don't need him. So he'll be great to have.
Shut up.
Hey, you can't go back now. You hated this bloke.
I know, I do. I mean, I feel like if he succeeds, I'm going to be really annoyed.
He looks
'cause
pretty good.
If he succeeds, I'm going to be annoyed. But if he does bad, I'm going to be like,
370 metres gained is a lot for Warple.
Mm.
Well,
But-
Yeah, they'll be just fine. They'll be top 4 for sure. Need a push for a premiership though this year, I'd say.
top 4, you reckon?
what are you thinking?
I don't know. I feel like they're back. Like I'm still so amazed that they were able to do so well last year with the backline that on paper just doesn't seem like an amazing backline.
Jack Henry's a gun though.
No, I know, but I think Colin Jasny's going to come
yeah,
back
he
this
is.
year. He
and
played in
he's
the
also a
VFL.
very good gun.
He's all right. Jess is a big out. I think they can do it with it. Yeah, no, top 4. Yeah, I've
Top
had
four?
a good think about it. I don't know. Just on paper, their backline just doesn't seem that good. Like it works, but it's just like
Yeah, that's the thing. It like individually, it doesn't seem that good, but it works.
yeah. And they've just
Lawson
got-
Humphreys, another one.
That's what
to
they've got
look out
players
for.
that have got the upside as well. Humphreys
They got the spark.
to get better.
Mm.
Guthrie to get better.
Yep.
Dempsey to get better.
Yep.
Stengel had a down year.
Mm.
Manor gets more game time into him with Myers out. Myers goes into the midfield more. Smith and Holmes
Bailey
get
Smith
more
and Holmes
together. The only thing where they really lack is
Blitzards.
Blitzars. I mean, he's getting older, but he doesn't look like it.
No, he doesn't. Still looks like he's.
Steeplechaser.
Yep.
On to the next team that we have, Adelaide. We'll go ahead and go straight into one of the experts' opinions. Let's go ahead and have a listen now.
It's Dylan, the Crows expert here. I'm talking all things Adelaide Crows for 2026. So one of the biggest knocks on the Crows last year was the midfield. And you'll notice being a young team, we've got a lot of players who are going to be coming through that midfield to really strengthen it up. So some players you should be excited about is Josh Rochelle. He's commonly known as a forward, obviously had a lot of injuries last year, but he's going to be rotating a lot through the midfield. And if you've seen any of the match sims in the preseason, he's looking fantastic in there. You've obviously also got Sid Draper. He's had some groin issues in the preseason, but expect him to have Dan Curtin-like trajectory up. Speaking of Dan Curtin, obviously had that setback in the preseason with a dislocated kneecap, but expect him to be up and firing somewhere between round 7 and 9, and he's really going to transform that midfield for the Crows as well.
Few names there in discussion. Josh Rochelle, he pricked my ears up. What do we think of him? How he's going to go this year?
Yeah, he definitely should be one to look out for. Obviously, been building and building ever since he got to Adelaide. But he should be one of those guys that just definitely comes in and makes a huge impact. Another one that's going to build even further, Riley Thilthorpe, and one that he named as well is Sid Draper. He should have an unreal season. We were hoping for an unreal season last year, but just didn't really get the opportunity that he probably deserved. But the exact same thing happened to Dan Curtin in his first year. Didn't really get used too much, and I think that they like to give that first year of
Build up.
in the VFL or the SANFL and make your way into the team. So him getting some proper mid-time minutes will be really good to see. Josh Worrell's another huge one for them. Had a great game on the weekend with the 27 touches.
Just gets better and better each time you watch him, I feel.
Yep. Lachlan McAndrew, another one. Their new ruckman that they like. Obviously, he's got a good vertical. We've seen some great things from him over the past. He had some good games at Sydney as well when he played there.
Mm.
So, yeah, that's another good one.
Thank you,
We-
Dylan.
We'll go ahead and discuss a few of their weak and a few of their answers to help out with that.
Another knock on the Crows last year was not having enough aggression out of the halfback. It sort of ruined a lot of their transition up the ground, and it was one of the weaker points for us. So that's why we pretty much went after Nazaya Wangani and Miller over the off-season. But what you really want to look out for is there's some players internally who are very similar styles of players to Nazaya. So the ones you want to look out for is Luke Nankervis, Charlie Edwards, or Braden Cook. One of those three is primed to break out, with the Crows really wanting to up their transition game off halfback this season.
Who breaks out of those three? Do you agree with those three names, or do you want to put another one in the ring?
But I'd probably say Luke Nankervis.
Yeah.
Braden Cook, another one that just kind of teeters the line a little bit. But Luke Nankervis I think he got a little bit unlucky last year. Probably saw a little bit more usage and a little less games played. So it'd be big for him to come in and be able to play that halfback and really surge the football forward.
In terms of their forward line last year, we talked about a lot, the three-headed beast. Is that something that comes forward again this year and they really play into that and they lean into that?
Doesn't need three heads anymore. It's got one head, and that's Riley Thilthorpe.
Well, got some back concerns at the
Backman.
moment. That's why he didn't play.
Back
Cau-
concerns.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
they're
Yeah.
cautious on his back. So whether that means he won't go into the ruck as much or not, I don't think Tex is a walk-in starter, to be honest.
How is this last season? Can we finally call it, or are we just going to keep trying?
I reckon it'll say, like, if he's, like, in and out of the side, not really performing, he'll probably announce his retirement at the end of the season.
Now, do we feel like that's a fair enough sum up?
Yeah.
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 I would tend to.
I think his thing is we'll give it one more crack, and I don't think he'll be there at the end of the year.
How do we think they Crows going to end up? Where are they going to be at the pointy end of the season? Obviously, personally for me, towards the top end of the table, but how high?
I feel like they're fifth-ish for me. I just... it's Gold Coast. Sorry. It's Gold Coast or it's the Crows in that fourth spot for me.
Fair enough. Keon, yourself?
Yeah, I'm sitting sort of the third to fifth spot. I don't think they're going to back up exactly. I think last year they were just unbelievable, and like they can get better, but it's hard to get better for how they went. I think they just went on a really good run. So I think there'll be a couple other games they lost. A lot of teams will get better. They beat Freo. Freo, I think, will beat them. Come at home, and some other teams as well. So yeah, fourth or fifth.
Let's go ahead and see what Dylan, the expert, has to say on that one. It seems that there might be a technical difficulty on that one. We'll go ahead and give that another try.
A few issues with injuries. We had injuries to Mark Keenan, Dan Curtin, a few injuries to Jake Saligo, Draper, and some hamstring issues with Rankin and Archie. But I really expect those to sort themselves out by round one or towards the first third of the season. And I expect to see the Crows in the finals again and hopefully doing some real damage at the end of the season.
I think that lines up roughly with what we were saying. Is there anything out of that that really pricks your ears?
Got to win a final. That's their major one.
Yeah, I would agree.
Do you reckon they're a better chance winning a final from fourth or from sixth?
Sixth. I reckon with a
I
bit of fire in
agree.
their belly.
I agree.
Oh, they're gonna have they have home ground. They have home ground. They go sixth. No.
Yes.
They do. They've got home ground if they go finish sixth.
Because of, I don't know.
If they finish sixth, they've got home ground. If they finish fourth, they don't have home ground. So yes, I think they're a better chance from sixth.
Yeah, but I'm saying from the double chance.
Nah, backs against the wall, sixth. I still think. I think playing at home with your backs against the wall versus playing away, knowing that even if you lose, you've got a second chance still up your sleeve.
Another team that we're going to be discussing, the Dogs. Obviously, they beat us in the preseason game last year. Few things, worries about them. They had their back line. It was a real tough spot for them. Caused them a lot of issues. Do we think that they're going to be able to solve that this year, or do you think their forward line's going to be too powerful once again?
No, I think they've worked on their back line. I was listening to Ed Richards talk on the radio. He said their mids have really made a push to try and help the back line, stop those forwards and the midfielders, the small forwards, the midfielders from kicking goals. That seems to be what their main aim is. And I think their backline will just get better. They did have quite a young backline. They were trying to work out who they wanted to play. Gave a few young guns a chance, but I think their backline will get better. Midfield get back to help them. Forward line's going to get better as well.
I mean, with Sam Darcy back there, you'd hope it gets better. Will, would you tend to agree on that line?
Yeah. I don't like talking about the Dogs anymore.
Scare you, or are they?
No, they're just one of the most unpredictable teams. You look at them and you look at what they've got and they go, oh, it's another year into them. They'll be unreal this year. And then they'll finish like 10th.
Yeah, they're bullies when it comes to the bottom 10, and they're standing in the corridor holding onto their bag, pinned against the locker when it comes to the top 8.
Yep.
Where do we feel like they finish up at the end of the season? Do we feel like they once again? And I know, Will,
feel like
you don't
I've
want to
said, like,
predict it.
I've said like 4 clubs for the wild card, but
Well, that's
Again.
the thinking in this preseason, and I've been
Wild
listening
card.
back to it a lot. It's we either say, oh, they're in the top 4, they're in the wild card, and there's been like 2 clubs who've said, nah. Like,
yeah, but like it's like a range, you know what I mean? Like it's you're around that mark, and I still think if Bulldogs finish 14th, but they're 1 game off the wild card,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm counting that.
They're gonna finish 4th.
4th?
Yeah.
That's, wow, they had a good season.
I think they will. I reckon this is the year where they're gonna perform well.
And Will, you'll be around the same mark of the 10th wild card.
Yeah, wild
So a
card.
bit of a different call there, which is going to be interesting. But as we said, they're
So-
unpredictable.
Their best is 4th.
Oh.
100%. Like if everything goes planned, they should finish 4th. But knowing the Bulldogs, and I hate getting excited about them, I'm going to say they'll probably finish 7th to 10th. 7th to 9th.
On to the reigning premiers, second last team, the Lions, going on to basically get a 3-peat. It's going to be tough, but you got to remember they are a powerhouse of a team. Number 1, you guys said they're going to make it back to back. Do you reckon they'll? What do you reckon are some of the factors leading into that might stop that back to back? Back to back. What are some things in the air?
I'd say injury.
Injury?
Yeah. That'd probably be the main thing.
Fair enough.
apart from
Anything else that would kind of
Maybe
lead
some
you to be a bit more worried?
off-field drama.
Bit of off-field drama.
Yeah.
That forces someone to maybe play a little bit bad
Or better.
or better.
You never know.
A villain arc.
Yeah, exactly.
We have an expert
that-
here to kind of discuss a few things on this. We'll go ahead and have a listen with them.
I've got to say first up that I'm really excited about this season. Where we're at right now and how much we can improve and progress between now and September. As a group, I reckon that we're pretty close to being as good as Lee Matthews' 3-peat teams 25 years ago. I know that's a big claim, but I'm standing by it. There is clearly some significant bulking up in a number of our younger guys, which is going to add a new level of physicality to our game. Levi Ashcroft, Logan Morris, Kitty Coleman, Ty Gallup, Bruce Reville, and Darcy Wilmot are all looking bigger and stronger. Other than an increased physical toughness, I don't think our game style is likely to change a great deal, except maybe utilizing Route 1 from the center clearance to forwards on a lead more often if teams don't adapt effectively to the new rules.
First kind of talk from an expert we had on the new rules and how it's going to affect a team. How do you guys think that the Lions will go with the new rules in terms of helps them out, becomes a bit of a point of difference? Do you reckon that it's going to be the same? Let's look into maybe the ruck rules, for example.
Well, when Sam Draper comes back, it should be okay. But
Even Darcy Ford, I reckon he'd be all right at it.
yeah, I mean, I really noticed him as a vertical kind of guy.
I reckon he's got a jump in him.
Okay.
I back
You
him.
back him in?
I'm backing him in.
How old's Darcy Fort, Chucky?
Let's go and have a
37.
quick look at that one.
Wow.
No, I don't know. He might not be anywhere
He's
near that.
32.
32. So a bit of an old fella. Go on.
I just feel like I have memories of
204.
Darcy Fort jumping. For some reason in my head, I can see Darcy Fort just
See-
taking a big leap.
Yeah, okay. All right.
We talked about a few of the younger boys becoming a bit more physical, a bit
Mhm.
bigger. I reckon that's very fair to say.
Yeah, Ravel, he looked
Mm.
very good in the Pracky match.
Mhm.
Can he get a spot that stays in the
I feel like
22?
He
though?
deserves a spot.
So where are you
year
playing
after
him?
year in the back line.
Back line.
Yeah.
Kitty Coleman. This is a team that's won 2 premierships, and arguably in the premiership that they lost, their best player didn't even play.
He looked a little bit timid, I won't lie.
He
in
did,
this
but it's got to
game.
be a bit nervous. He only played 2 AFL games in 2.5 years.
Yeah.
I think we forget about how young Will Ashcroft is still,
Mm-hmm.
and then Levi was in his first year.
Yep. Jasper Fletcher,
well.
another one that will
Mhm.
grow.
And then Logan Morris was the number 1 forward last year. Looked really good. Now gets Oscar Allen, who will now get the number 1 defender.
Yep.
Logan Morris will get the second defender,
Yep.
which will make him better, and Oscar Allen will teach him a few things.
And Logan Morris was doing that with the best defender on him most
Mhm.
games, anyways.
Yeah.
A few players that the expert wanted to kind of highlight. We'll go ahead and have a listen to that one now. Let's open that one up. Seems that there's a few technical difficulties, so we'll just sort that one
That has
through.
to be a new term, I reckon.
Yeah,
Oscar Allen
technical-
and Sam Draper are huge additions to our squad. Obviously, in our best 23 if they stay fit, and if they don't, we have a premiership forward in Eric Hipwood and a dual premiership ruckman in Darcy Fort to fall back on. There's a lot of speculation around where Lachie Neale and Zach Bailey will play next year. I think that, as good as they are, we are well prepared for life without both of them. I expect to see Levi Ashcroft, Bruce Reville, and Jasper Fletcher to move to another level and all get some time through the middle, but they are already recognised as stars in the making. Someone who doesn't appear to be on many radars yet is Ben Murphy, a 6'2" 19-year-old, whom the Lions spent 2 years watching and pursuing. I'm not sure how rapidly he will transition to AFL, but he has elite speed and smarts, and may eventually prove to be an even better version of Zach Bailey.
Few things to touch on there. First one being Lachie Neale and a few other players maybe leaving, saying that they're well prepared. Do you agree?
Oh, look, if there was a team that is well prepared,
It's them.
it would be Brisbane, right? I don't think anyone would be prepared for Lachie Neale and,
Zach Bailey to
Zach
leave.
Bailey to be leaving. But he raises a great point that, they're not lacking in players to come and fill the spot for them that could be just as good, if not better than
Another one,
them
Lincoln
too.
McCarthy comes back.
Lincoln McCarthy does come back. Another really good player for them that definitely has shown some great signs. I think Hugh McCluggage is another one that will just
Oh.
take that next step. Should be all Australian this year. Top 5 player in the AFL. Just, someone that you have to tag week after week almost.
He has to be their number 1 midfielder coming into this year.
Yeah, well, for
As in,
sure.
he's the player if you want to stop Brisbane, you go to.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, well, Dunkley plays obviously more of a bit of a defensive role. Lachie Neale, I just feel like he doesn't have the same impact as
No.
Hugh McCluggage at the moment. So yeah, you definitely you look to stop him before you stop anyone else.
Anything more you guys really want to touch on the Lions there? We talk about them a lot considering how good they've been, how much time they've spent in the finals.
This is what will happen, right? They'll win. They'll go 2 for 2. Then they'll be like patchy for 10 weeks and be like, oh, maybe they're not that good. And then like the last 8 weeks of the year,
Just
they
smash
won't
everyone.
fly home. But they'll slowly pick up, and they'll hit finals. They'll finish top 4. They'll lose their first final again, and we'll be like, nah, they haven't got it. Like, they've got such a good list, so disappointing. They're not going back. And they'll come out and they'll just absolutely kill in the prelim and the grand final.
I'll give him 10 weeks to switch on. So 10 weeks to sort out your injuries, sort out everything, sort out the off-field issues. Get the rookies going, get the people up and running, and then by round 11, I want them to be flying from round 11 to round 24.
I don't even give them that.
They can only lose 3 games.
Oh, wow. But to win if they lose 4 games, they can't.
No,
win
it's just like if they do that, I'm happy.
yeah.
Like that's a good season.
See, I don't know.
Off the rip.
For me, I don't care. I think they're the one team that can finish 10th and win it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Last.
But do you want to be like Geelong or do you want to be like Richmond?
What do you mean?
Well, Richmond won 3 and now we're fucking shit.
Yeah.
Whereas Geelong are just year after year.
I don't know, but I feel
Good
like
after good.
the thing is, even if Brisbane don't win it for the next 3 years,
oh, they're still fine.
we're still
Oh,
going
100%.
in
Yeah,
4
they're still
years'
fine.
time.
Yeah.
And Brisbane are still premiership favourites.
Yeah. Somehow they've done a better rebuild than Richmond and they're not even rebuilding.
Exactly. They've rebuilt into a premiership. Like,
yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Last team that we're going to go through. Guys, do you guys know who this might be? Done the maths, figured it out.
I'm sure you're going to tell us.
It's the Dons. You know, lots of stuff has happened with them last year. They had a very underwhelming season, I would describe it as. And we're going to go ahead and basically listen to one of the experts and what they have to say on this. I actually did a bit of reporting myself, you know, going out there, making a few phone calls to some people. So let's go ahead and have a listen.
Christopher, mate, how's it going?
I'm lovely. Yourself, Mitchell?
Yeah, not too bad. So, as a avid Essendon supporter, we just thought we'd follow up with a few questions. You know, we're going to go through the pre-season. Number one, your thoughts. How are you guys going to go this year?
The drought's over. The drought is over.
Is that because they've introduced 2 more finals games basically for you guys?
That, but also the Essendon Bombers have recruited a bunch of little bombers. We've got Hussein El Akcha, who's kicking 3 a game. We've got Kako, who's raised it to another level. We got Saad El Houli. So we are finally, truly the Essendon Bombers. But I'm really keen for the young boys. There's no pressure on them, but Caddy, Durham coming through, Jackson Fry, Zach Reed, he looked good. And then Angus Clark, like it just keeps going. I mean, Lockie Blackiston fucking torched Big Nank the Tank in the ruck. So real keen to see how he goes this year with the new ruck rules. But we've got so much promise, so much signs of things turning around here, and we're just keen to go. Other than Merritt, he can fuck off.
A lot to unpack there. Number one, the drought's done. New recruits, a lot going on. What do you guys think of that?
The drought is not done.
I've never seen someone lead with the drought is done and then have Angus Clark in the same sentence.
So how do we feel about the Bombers then? The experts giving us their 2 cents. How do we think it's going to go?
I reckon they'll finish 16th.
Yeah. If they're lucky.
Yeah. They'll win maybe 4 games.
I don't understand. this
Oh, I
expert.
changed my mind on Richmond. We're only going to win 2 games this year. Just thought I'd put that out there.
I'm a bit confused here with the expert. They say where the drought is over. I don't understand how. You lose Nick Martin, one of your better players. Sam Draper leaves. Nick Bryan's injured with an ACL. Todd Goldstein retired. And now you're backing on a key defender who's going to play ruck, who looked actually okay.
He did.
So I won't hate on him.
I will just say this.
Yeah.
I spoke with this particular expert
Mhm.
recently who actually picked up in a Supercoach draft Toby Nankervis.
He does no longer owns him now as well.
And I sent him the stats of the game, how Blackiston destroyed him or whatever. It was 3 out of 12 taps that Nank won against Blackiston. And he hit me back with that's not even bad. It was probably like 50-50, like 2 neutral, Blackiston 1-4, and then, like he did the whole math and backed up Nank. And now in this voice memo here, I'm hearing that Blackiston absolutely destroyed Nank the Tank. So, bit of a double-edged opinion here from our expert. Interesting. Sounds about.
I'm not. I don't entirely agree with this person. But we can have a chat at the end of the year when they're down the bottom of the ladder.
So I feel like it's fair enough to say that they're not going to be doing much this year. Kind of, if you're an Essendon supporter, maybe go for a long trip, cancel your KO subscription. Oh, Sundays are
Pay
fair
for the KX. They need to suffer.
Fair enough. Is there any players you want to see star? Anything, Connor, you want to see as a tick of improvement at the end of the year? Archie
Yeah.
Roberts.
This is the main one for me. I'd like to see him come step up. Andy McGrath as well. You're the captain now. Only because Zach Merritt tried to leave, but you're the captain. Fucking do something.
Archie Rowe's the only one. In all honesty, I don't like any of the other Essendon players. Then that's where I stand with them. In all honesty, like I think Archie Perkins is probably a bit overrated. I think they're really latching on to him at the moment. Trying to hope he'll do something. I think they're paying Sam Durham too much for a player who gets suspended. And Merritt wants to leave, yet they put him back in the leadership group and they're willing to extend his contract. I don't think he's in the membership. I think I added that part about him being in the leadership group. But they're talking about extending his contract, which I don't understand. It's just, there's too much going on.
How, like, do you reckon they forgive Merritt once he kicks 4 and has 36, like in round 1?
Well, it's real frosty in the change rooms, and then he comes in at halftime and he goes, "Oh, well, guys, come on, we can be friendly now."
Hey, this is my team. don't get it twisted.
Andrew, do you want me to go up and do the toss from now on?
Well, yeah, what kind of game does he have to play in round 1 for them to just be like, you know what, this guy's all right. Well, I reckon we should extend him. Because right now they're just angry. He tried leaving us, but then they forget about how much he carries that team.
I reckon they'll pluck him down in the back pocket and just say,
just get angry at him.
Just on that game, not on Essendon, on St Kilda. St Kilda played Essendon. What I thought was interesting, we know like St Kilda's got the co-captains now. Clubs are slowly starting to do it. How would you decide who does the coin toss?
Just week after week, I'd say.
Like, would you like swap like Wilkie Sinclair?
Yeah.
Theirs is quite interesting. You win, you stay on. You lose, the other person does it.
I like that.
That's a little bit of a fun way to do it. I like that.
I thought that was quite
You go the whole season without tossing the coin once, technically.
That'd be cool. That'd be interesting.
50-50.
What are the odds of that?
50-50.
No, but to get the whole thing
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
Technically, wouldn't it technically always be 50?
Just 50-50 every time you do it.
Because the odds never change.
Yeah, but it lowers every... Like,
the first is 50, the
23 times in a row.
No, I know, but you're not... It's not like you're just calling heads 50 times. You can go heads to... Like,
But
I feel like it's always 50-50.
Yeah, but the way of it getting through, the odds...
No, I agree with you, but I still think it's 50-50. Like, I completely get with what you're saying. I just still think...
I think mathematically it's really low, but you make sense.
I think it's... I don't want to get into mathematics here.
Can someone call us about that? Tell us what it is.
That's all 18 teams done. We go on into the preview next week, this week actually, on Wednesday, where we discuss opening round. I'm excited. We now know where we sit with all the teams. The listeners know where we sit with all the teams. Some experts have let us know where they sit. We'll talk to you guys all on Wednesday. Send something in to the Instagram, the TikTok, whatever form you need. The Calling Kids link is in the bio if you guys ever want to send anything through. But we'll go ahead and let you guys go. Thank you very much.
Get in the tipping before we start.
Exactly right. See you all.
It looks like that's the end of the Nothing But Footy podcast. Thanks very much for tuning in. Go ahead and check us out on all of our socials. And we'll see you on the next one.